Welcome back to another Sunday prep day. If you're new here, every Sunday I prep for the week. So that means cutting all my vegetables and also making things that take a little bit longer, like soups, sauces, stews, that kind of stuff. Today I'm just going to cut some vegetables. And while I cut up this onion, we're going to start going over the menu for this week. So for lunch today, as always on Sunday, I'm going to have some sandwiches. And today I'm going to have some roast beef sandwiches. I don't eat a lot of carbs for lunch except on the weekend when I have my cheat days, so I like having my sandwiches on Sunday. Then for dinner tonight, I'm going to make some hutspot, which is a stamppot, and a stamppot is a Dutch dish of a vegetable mashed with potato, and in this case that is hutspot, so that means carrot and onion. That's why I'm cutting this yellow onion. And I'm going to serve that with a pork shoulder chop. So I also need some onion for a couple of other dishes, so I'm going to cut another yellow onion, and I also have a red one. And what exactly I'll be needing those for will come up in a minute while I go over the rest of my menu. So we did Sunday, then on Monday for lunch, I'm just going to have a salad. I do meatless Mondays, so salad with spring mix, some cucumber, some peppers. I'll have to check the pantry if I still have some nuts. I might add some nuts for protein. I don't usually have dressings on my salads. I'm just not a fan. Then for dinner, I'm going to make some mac and cheese. And I'm going to serve that with some broccoli. And I'm also going to use some of the onion for that and some garlic to saute and then put into my cheese sauce just for some veggies and some flavor. And I'll do some spring onions on top for some decoration. Just make it look nice. So that's the yellow onion and then a red. Then we're on Tuesday, so for lunch I'm gonna do some broccoli with a pork chop, probably broccoli. I'm also gonna prepare some green beans, and I could still change things around a little bit. Like, I'm gonna use all the same ingredients, but if I decide I want green beans more than broccoli, I can, and I'll just use the broccoli in the meal I was gonna have the green beans in. That's how it works with prepping the ingredients and not the whole meals. I can still change things when I want to, and everything is still fresh. Don't have to reheat anything. Then for dinner, I'm gonna do some chicken tacos, and I haven't fleshed that one out completely yet. I'm gonna do obviously chicken with my tacos and some kind of salsa, but I don't know exactly what yet. I could do a simple salad, kind of like a pico de gallo style, but with peppers instead of tomatoes, because I don't really like raw tomatoes that much. So I could do that, or I'm thinking maybe like doing something with apple. Don't know yet. We'll see on Tuesday. Here I have some spring onions, or green onions you might call them. And I'm just going to cut the green tops nice and fine. I'll use those as garnish for my mac and cheese, and the rest I'll just keep cutting and I'll use in like stir fry and whatnot. Spring onions are pretty mild, so they go with just about anything. You can save the ends, by the way, and put them in some water and they'll grow, but I don't use them that much, so I'm just gonna discard that. So then we're on Wednesday for lunch. I'm gonna do a low carb stir fry, and I'll use some broccoli stems. Yeah, and just peppers, onions, garlic, carrots, all kinds of things, and some chicken. So I'm just gonna cut up some garlic for my mac and cheese, for my stir fry, and some other meals. Then for dinner on Wednesday, I'm gonna do some pasta with some bacon, and again, all kinds of veg. So peppers, onions, garlic, carrot, just a lot of vegetables, and I'm gonna do that with some chicken stock for flavor. So then we're on Thursday. For Thursday, I'm gonna do some stuffed peppers, and I'm gonna stuff that with some chicken, some ground chicken that I'll mix with some veggies again, carrot, maybe probably not peppers because I'm gonna stuff them in peppers, but chilies, onion, carrot, all that good stuff, and I'll just put that in, mix that all together, put that in the peppers and roast them. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do some broccoli with some chicken breast and some potato wedges. And again, if I decide I would rather have green beans instead of broccoli, I can still change things around. And then for Friday, for lunch, I always do fish Fridays. So for lunch, I'm gonna do some green beans with some salmon probably. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do some fish tacos. And exactly what kind of fish? Probably some bassa or some pollock. And for salsa, we'll just see again, just like on Tuesday when I make some chicken tacos. If I have some lettuce left over for my salads, I'll put that in some spring mix. We'll use that as a way to use up leftovers. So yeah, that's the menu. I do need some more inspiration because it's winter time now, and yeah, I don't really know what I want to make. So I'm always open to suggestions and see if I can fit that in my my meal plan. Because I also like not wasting food, so I always plan around using all the leftovers, like when I make squash soup or pumpkin soup or something like that. I make sure that within the next week or so, I also plan on using the other leftover bits of the pumpkin or squash, and the same with other bigger vegetables. Just trying to waste as little as possible. So that is garlic done. And what are we gonna do next? Let's do some cucumber. So I'm gonna do some slices for my salad. And then for the salsa, I want some cubes. So cut off the ends, cut lengthwise into slices. Then these middle ones, I'm gonna take the core out because that's really soft, that doesn't keep very long. And these I'll cut as well. Long strips, and then cut everything into little cubes. And then those centers won't go to waste. Let's just have them as a little snack. Next up, let's do some peppers. So for my stuffed peppers, I need some halves. So just for color, I'm gonna do half of a yellow one and half of a red one. I could just do red or yellow, doesn't really matter. But I like some variety. So, and the other half, I'll cut into long strips for my salad. And what I don't need for my salad, I'll just use for my stir fry, for my pasta. I can always cut it down if needed. So, And I'm gonna do the exact same thing with this red one. And then I also have this pointy pepper. And this I'm gonna cube up for my pasta, my salsa, and things like that. Again, cut in half, take the seeds out. And these I'll cut into cubes, so I'll cut it lengthwise first. And then cut it across. And then I have some peppers. Again, for the stir fry, for the pasta, for the tacos, the salsa. And I just have some red and some green just because color. Just to mix it up. So I'm having 2 green, 2 red. And I'm not going to bother taking the seeds out, as I usually don't for cayenne because they're not super spicy. And it's just not worth the time to take them out. Then some potatoes. So for one meal I need some potato wedges. So I'm just gonna cut these into wedge shapes. And when I want to prepare these, I'll just throw them in my Ninja Foodi on air fry for about 20 minutes. You know, put some oil on, some salt, and just air fry them. And then I also need some potatoes for tonight. So I'm just gonna peel those and chop them into pieces. And these potatoes are pretty small, so I just have 3. And I'll cut them into chunks so they cook quite quickly. And like I said, I'll just mash them with the sauteed carrots and onions to make the hutzpult. And since I have the peeler out, I'm going to peel some of these carrots. These are also going to be for the hutzpult. So I'll peel these couple, and I'll just cut off the tip. And cut these into nice little chunks. Everything is going to get mashed, so it doesn't have to be super fine. And then I have a little more carrot. This is going to go in my pasta, in my stuffed peppers, in my stir fry. And that I'll just use my julienne slicer. So I'm not going to bother peeling this because I'm just going to cut it nice and fine. And you can totally do this by hand, but this is a lot quicker and more even. I think that is enough. So that can go there. Then next up, I have some cilantro for my salsa. So I'm just gonna bunch that up tight and give that a rough chop first. Save the stems for things like curries, lots of flavor. And this I'm just gonna keep running my knife through until it's nice and fine. Then I have some broccoli. So I'm gonna have 2 meals with broccoli, so I'm gonna cut off these florets, enough for 2 meals. And I'll just cut them into bite-sized pieces. That is probably enough. And then the stems I'll just cut up nice and fine because I'll use that in the stir fry, just as ways to bulk that up, because I'm not going to do any rice or noodles or anything like that. Just chicken, veggies, and broccoli stems. So yeah, I use everything except for the very end, which is a bit dry. So can go in this container. And then I have some green beans, so I'm gonna top and tail enough for 2 meals. And we'll do a quick time check. I'm at 25 minutes. So 25 minutes spent on a Sunday lets me have lunch or dinner on the table in minutes during the week. So if you like this, I do this every single Sunday. Sometimes it's just veggies like this. Sometimes I make a little bit more like soup, sauces, stews, that kind of stuff. But some days it's just quick and simple. So yeah, if you want to see what I do with all these ingredients, you can check out my Instagram where I post every single meal. And about once a month I do a video where I show you for a whole week everything I eat in a day. I posted one 2 weeks ago. So, and yeah, every Saturday I do grocery hauls. So, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Until next time, bye for now.